Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel of Indian Astrology. Today, we will be discuss about the moon planet within the horoscope. But before that, we will cover some basic information about the entire horoscope. I will be teaching you in YouTube channel of Indian Astrology from the basics to advanced levels. First, it's important to know that the horoscope has 12 houses, 12 zodiac signs, and 9 planets, but 2 of these planets are considered shadow planets. First, we will learn about the 12 houses of the horoscope and where they are located in the birth chart. First, the first house comes here. Then the second house comes here. After that, the third house comes here. And then the fourth house comes here. Later, the fifth house comes here. Then the sixth house comes here. After that, the seventh house comes here. And then the eighth house comes here. Later, the ninth house comes here. Then the 10th house comes here. After that, the 11th house comes here. And finally, the 12th house comes here. The 12 houses are always fixed. That means the 12 houses never change. Now we will learn about the 12 zodiac signs. The positions of these 12 signs and 9 planets in the 12 houses of the horoscope will be changed depending on the person's date of birth, place of birth, and exact time of birth. Now we know the names of all 12 zodiac signs. And we know the numbers assigned to each of those signs. Aries is number 1. Taurus is number 2. Gemini is number 3. Cancer is number 4. Leo is number 5. Virgo is number 6. Libra is number 7. Scorpio is number 8. Sagittarius is number 9. Capricorn is number 10. Aquarius is number 11. And Pisces is number 12. The names of the 9 planets are Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. Among these, Rahu and Ketu are called shadow planets. The zodiac signs and planets are connected to each other by numbers. This is referred to as the ruling planet of the zodiac sign. Out of the 9 planets, 7 are assigned ownership of the zodiac signs. Rahu and Ketu are not assigned physical signs. The Sun is assigned to only one zodiac sign, which is Leo, and the zodiac sign number for Leo is 5. The Moon is assigned only one zodiac sign, which is Cancer, and the ruling planet number for Cancer is 4. The planet Mars is assigned to 2 zodiac signs, Aries and Scorpio. The zodiac sign number for Aries is 1, and the zodiac sign number for Scorpio is 8. The planet Mercury is assigned to 2 zodiac signs, Gemini and Virgo. The zodiac sign number for Gemini is 3, and the zodiac sign number for Virgo is 6. The planet Jupiter has been assigned 2 zodiac signs, which are Sagittarius and Pisces. The zodiac sign number for Sagittarius is 9 and the zodiac sign number for Pisces is 12. The planet Venus is assigned to 2 zodiac signs, Taurus and Libra. The zodiac sign number for Taurus is 2, and the zodiac sign number for Libra is 7. The planet Saturn is assigned 2 zodiac signs, Capricorn and Aquarius. The zodiac sign number for Capricorn is 10, and the zodiac sign number for Aquarius is 11. Each house, sign, and planet in a horoscope has its own unique characteristics. By studying and combining all these characteristics, we can predict the future of any individual. In Vedic astrology, the moon is considered a highly significant planet because it is the significator of the mind. The moon governs emotions, imagination, and thought processes. In a horoscope, one's zodiac sign is determined by the position of the moon. Therefore, the moon is also referred to as the king of the mind. Your thoughts, emotions, and moods are influenced by the moon. If the moon is strong, the native possesses a stable and steady mind. Conversely, if the moon is weak, the native may experience anxiety and mood swings. The moon represents the mother. One's relationship with one's mother, including her health and the love received from her, is assessed through the moon. Through the moon, one can gauge the native's happiness, contentment, mental peace, domestic atmosphere, and overall comfort level in life. The element associated with the moon is water. The nature of the moon is cool, gentle, and mutable, changeable. Its ruling sign is Cancer. Its nature is gentle and benevolent. The moon is a fast-moving planet. It changes signs approximately every 2.25 days. Since the moon's influence shifts very rapidly, the native's moods also tend to change quickly. As the moon is intrinsically linked to the mind, it reveals the subconscious impressions and habits carried over from one's past lives. The things you naturally gravitate toward or feel connected to are a manifestation of the moon's influence. The moon determines your role in relationships, specifically how you react to and express emotions such as anger, love, and sorrow. The moon particularly enhances one's capacity for nurturing, especially regarding responsibilities related to one's mother and family. The moon determines your susceptibility to fear, anxiety, and insecurity, as well as your level of self-confidence. The moon establishes the positive or negative patterns of your thinking. Symptoms of a weak moon include anxiety, depression, sleep disorders, a tendency toward overthinking, and difficulty in making decisions. Conversely, a strong moon bestows the benefits of a calm and stable mind, strong intuition, the ability to understand people, popularity, and personal charm. We will explain the influence of the moon across all zodiac signs. When the moon is in the sign of Aries, an individual's mind becomes extremely sharp, energetic, and quick to react. The ruling planet of Aries is Mars, which symbolizes the fire element and energy. Consequently, the moon here acquires a somewhat fiery temperament. Natives make decisions instantly. They are unafraid to take risks. Such individuals possess a bold personality and exhibit strong leadership qualities. They speak exactly what is on their minds, without resorting to excessive cunning or concealment. Natives are deeply passionate in love. They form attachments quickly but are equally prone to becoming upset just as fast. Such individuals tend to display a dominant nature and expect loyalty from their partners. They possess a mind that is perpetually active and restless. They are prone to boredom quite easily. Such individuals enjoy competition. They thrive when faced with challenges. These individuals can pursue careers in fields such as the army, police, sports, business, entrepreneurship, leadership roles, or other technical and action-oriented sectors. The moon in Aries teaches the individual the importance of exercising patience, controlling emotions, making well-considered decisions, and respecting the feelings of others. When the moon is positioned in the sign of Taurus, it is considered to be exalted. This signifies the moon's strongest and most auspicious placement. Taurus is a fixed, earth element sign ruled by the planet Venus. The native's mind remains calm, steady, and balanced. Such an individual is not prone to frequent mood swings. The native possesses a strong sense of practicality. Such a person appreciates a comfortable lifestyle, a fine home, and delicious food. The native feels a natural attraction toward luxury and beauty. Such an individual's emotions are deep yet well controlled. Their relationships are characterized by trustworthiness and loyalty. The native develops a strong aptitude for managing and saving money. Such a person naturally gravitates toward financial stability. The native possesses strong intuition and practical thinking skills. Such an individual takes a keen interest in art, music, and design. The native is endowed with excellent patience. Such a person possesses an attractive personality. The native may find success in professions related to banking, finance, business, music, art, fashion, real estate, the food industry, or luxury goods. Having the moon in Taurus is a highly auspicious placement. It bestows upon the individual a calm mind, financial stability, strong relationships, and a life filled with comforts. If one simply works on curbing stubbornness and cultivating the habit of stepping outside their comfort zone, life can become even more fulfilling. Gemini is an air sign ruled by the planet Mercury. When the moon enters this sign, it creates a unique blend of the mind and the intellect. Individuals born under this sign are highly contemplative, inquisitive, and communicative. Their minds are constantly engaged in learning and discovering new things, and they often harbor an interest in multiple subjects simultaneously. A restless mind is their defining characteristic. These individuals are adept at speaking, writing, and explaining concepts. They can excel as speakers, writers, teachers, or marketers. They are quick to grasp new information and possess a strong command over language, technology, and media. They enjoy conversing with people and possess strong networking skills. They adapt easily to any environment or situation. Their moods tend to shift frequently. Such individuals often find it difficult to maintain focus on a single task for an extended period. They have a tendency to overthink. While they possess knowledge across a wide range of subjects, their grasp of any single topic may lack significant depth. Their minds remain constantly active. They build relationships primarily through conversation and dialogue. However, they may sometimes lack emotional depth. These individuals can perform exceptionally well in fields such as media, journalism, writing, marketing, teaching, sales, and communications. When the moon is positioned in the sign of Cancer, it is considered to be in its own sign, its domicile. This means that the moon functions here in its strongest and most natural form. Cancer is a water sign, emotional, nurturing, and maternal in nature. The native possesses a stable yet sensitive mind. Such individuals possess a highly acute intuition. They are able to understand the emotions of others with ease. These individuals have a caring and supportive nature. For the native, home, mother, and family hold immense importance. The native is willing to do anything for the sake of their family. Such individuals possess a natural capacity for caring for others. Natives with this placement often excel as parents, teachers, or counselors. They tend to have a keen interest in art, music, and writing. The native possesses a very vivid and strong imagination. Such individuals are prone to making decisions based primarily on emotion. Professions related to the home, such as real estate, hospitality, hotels, interior design, and the food industry, prove to be highly suitable. The influence of the mother plays a very strong and significant role in the native's life. There is often a strong affinity for her involvement in work related to water, the sea, or liquids. Emotional imprints, samskaras carried over from past lives are particularly strong. They tend to form deep attachments within their relationships. They carry forward the karma of nurturing, providing care, from their previous incarnation. The native typically finds interest in working within fields such as counseling, psychology, teaching, childcare, hospitality, hotels, the food industry, creative arts, writing, music, and acting. When the moon is positioned in the sign of Leo, the mind and emotions are influenced by the fire element and a regal nature. Since the sun is the ruling planet of Leo, the moon here receives the sun's energy. This implies that feelings of self-respect, pride, and a sense of leadership become infused into one's emotional makeup. Such individuals hold their personal dignity in high regard and dislike having to bow down or submit to anyone. These individuals naturally possess the potential to become leaders. They possess the innate quality of inspiring others. They desire to be noticed by people and derive great joy from receiving praise. They are big-hearted and helpful to others, though they sometimes expect respect in return. They make decisions from the heart, and their sense of loyalty is exceptionally strong. They approach love and relationships with sincerity. However, if they do not receive the respect they deserve, they tend to distance themselves. Natives with this placement often excel in leadership roles, management, politics, administration, acting, media, entertainment, teaching, or motivational speaking. These individuals seek both loyalty and respect from their partners. They are romantic and expressive by nature. However, the individual's dominating nature can occasionally become a source of conflict or problems. If the native learns to keep their ego in check, becomes sensitive to the feelings of others, and cultivates humility, these practices also serve as beneficial remedies for strengthening the influence of the sun. The moon in Leo renders an individual self-confident, generous, and endowed with leadership qualities. However, if the ego and the craving for external validation become excessive, it can create obstacles in their relationships and disturb their mental peace. When the moon is in Virgo, the mind becomes increasingly influenced by logic and analysis. Virgo is an earth sign, grounded and practical in nature. Individuals with this placement tend to react thoughtfully and rationally rather than impulsively based on emotions. They possess a natural inclination to analyze everything in depth. They value perfection and pay close attention to even the smallest details. They make decisions based on logic rather than feelings. Such individuals are adept at handling real-life problems effectively. They enjoy helping others. They are drawn to service-oriented professions such as doctors, healers, or advisors. They appreciate cleanliness, discipline, and routine. They excel at planning. They tend to overthink everything. They often blow minor issues out of proportion. They have a habit of finding flaws, both in themselves and in others. At times, they can be overly perfectionistic. They struggle to express their feelings openly. They tend to harbor worries internally. Their minds are constantly active. They are more prone to experiencing anxiety. They adopt a practical approach in fields such as medicine, accounting, data analysis, research, editing, writing, teaching, and healing. They tend to be somewhat reserved when it comes to displaying emotions. They expect perfection from their partners. They may be prone to health issues related to digestion, stress, anxiety, and nervous system sensitivity. Individuals with this placement possess sharp intelligence, excellent problem-solving skills, and a disciplined, reliable personality. The moon in Virgo makes a person intelligent, practical, and detail-oriented. However, it is essential to guard against overthinking and excessive perfectionism. If a balance is achieved, this placement can bring great success and stability to one's life. When the moon is in Libra, an individual's mind naturally gravitates toward balance, relationships, and beauty. Since Libra is ruled by Venus, the moon here comes under the influence of aesthetics, art, and love. Such individuals are typically calm, charming, and sociable. These natives strive to bring balance to every aspect of life. They possess the ability to mediate and resolve conflicts between people. They excel in friendships and partnerships. They know how to keep others happy. They have a keen interest in music, fashion, design, and interior decoration. They are naturally drawn to beautiful objects and aesthetics. They tend to have a large social circle. They are quick to establish connections with others. However, in their constant quest for balance in everything, they can sometimes become confused or indecisive. They tend to rely more on the opinions of others than on their own judgment. They possess a tendency toward people-pleasing. They may even prioritize keeping others happy at their own expense. Their moods can shift rapidly, leading to frequent ups and downs in their relationships. They harbor a deep desire for harmonious relationships. They require emotional support from their partners. These natives are often interested in careers involving law, counseling, HR, fashion, beauty, the arts, public relations, and diplomacy. They possess a charming personality. They make excellent negotiators. They tend to find success in their relationships. The moon in Libra renders an individual balanced, sociable, and adept at navigating relationships. However, To achieve true success, it is essential for the individual to strengthen their own sense of identity and decision-making abilities. In astrology, when the moon is positioned in the sign of Scorpio, it is considered to be debilitated in its sign of fall. Consequently, the moon's inherent tranquility and stability are somewhat compromised in this placement. Scorpio is a deep, mysterious, and water-dominant sign. When the moon resides here, it endows the individual with a deeply emotional, enigmatic, and intense personality. Such individuals may appear calm on the surface, yet a great deal of internal activity and turmoil is often brewing within them. They possess an innate ability to perceive and understand the thoughts and feelings of others. The native holds the power to uncover hidden matters and discern what lies beneath the surface. They demonstrate a keen interest in research, investigation, and the occult sciences such as astrology and tantra. They have a natural inclination to delve to the very root of things in order to understand them fully. They emerge from life's major transformative phases stronger and more resilient than before. They derive growth and strength from their struggles and challenges. They are deeply committed and fiercely loyal in their relationships. They are prone to significant mood swings. They tend to be easily hurt or wounded by trivial matters. They may develop a habit of becoming suspicious of others rather quickly. They may exhibit a tendency to seek control within their relationships. They may be predisposed to anxiety, overthinking, and, at times, depression. If someone causes them pain, they find it extremely difficult to forget or let go of the hurt. They may, at times, develop a vengeful mindset. Their lives are often marked by frequent ups and downs. They undergo significant emotional learning and growth throughout their lives. They possess a natural inclination toward esoteric knowledge or spirituality. They experience intense and profound dynamics within their relationships. The placement of the moon in Scorpio renders an individual deep, mysterious, and emotionally intense. Although this is considered a debilitated position, with the right guidance and self-discipline, it can ultimately empower the individual, making them highly potent and intuitive. Sagittarius is a fire sign, a sign of knowledge, righteousness, and expansion, ruled by the planet Jupiter. When the moon enters this sign, the mind becomes imbued with an enhanced sense of knowledge, freedom, and optimism. Such individuals are open-minded. They value truth and honesty. They view life as an adventure and a journey of learning. They are optimistic, positive thinkers, and future-oriented. They possess a keen interest in religion, philosophy, and spirituality. They have the potential to become gurus, teachers, or guides. Such people dislike being restricted or bound. They harbor a strong desire to travel and explore new places. They are straightforward and blunt. At times, they may speak without thinking. They remain positive, even during difficult times. They possess a strong capacity for taking risks. They seek honesty in their relationships. Rather than being overly emotional, they adopt a logical and philosophical approach. They appreciate both giving and receiving personal space within a relationship. They constantly yearn to learn and understand something new. While they possess lofty ideals, their practical implementation may sometimes be weak. Their intuition is particularly strong when it comes to discerning right from wrong. They may pursue careers as teachers, professors, mentors, philosophers, astrologers, or spiritual guides, or work in the travel industry, foreign relations, law, publishing, or writing. They possess profound knowledge, command respect, and are endowed with great wisdom. They have the innate ability to inspire others. The moon in Sagittarius renders an individual knowledgeable, optimistic, and independent in their thinking. With the right direction and discipline, such individuals can reach great heights in life. When the moon is in Capricorn, it renders emotions practical, controlled, and serious. Since Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn, the moon becomes somewhat restrained in this sign. This implies a tendency to think with the head rather than the heart. Instead of getting swept away by emotions, the native makes decisions based on logic. The native strives to remain calm, even in difficult circumstances. The native is a responsible, hard-working, and committed individual. The native has a habit of taking their work very seriously. They tend to focus heavily on their career and social status. They progress toward success slowly but steadily. They do not crumble during difficult times. They are inwardly strong and resilient. They find it difficult to express their feelings. Others may perceive them as reserved or cold. They often experience a sense of loneliness deep down. Suppressing emotions, anticipating the worst in every situation, overthinking, and anxiety can be sources of distress for them. They may experience an emotional distance from their mother or feel burdened by a heavy sense of responsibility. They tend to possess a serious, disciplined, and realistic mindset. They are characterized more by practicality than by imagination. They are likely to find success in fields such as administration, management, government, and business. They demonstrate a strong sense of commitment in their romantic relationships. However, they may lack expressiveness when it comes to emotions. Due to karmic influences from a past life, they may face increased responsibilities and struggles in this life. It is essential for them to learn how to balance their emotions. The moon in Capricorn makes an individual serious, responsible, and practical, yet it may lead to a lack of emotional expression. If a proper balance is achieved, this placement can bestow great success and stability upon one's life. When the moon is in Aquarius, the individual's mind is intellectual, possesses independent thinking, and is deeply concerned with humanity and society. Since Saturn is the ruling planet of Aquarius, the moon's influence here becomes somewhat serious and practical. The individual tends to deviate from traditional modes of thinking. They take a keen interest in new ideas, innovation, and technology. They possess a strong desire to help others. They are interested in NGOs, social work, and group activities. They possess strong logical and reasoning abilities. They prefer to make decisions using their intellect rather than their emotions. They tend to have a large social circle. They do not easily express their innermost feelings. At times, they may appear aloof or detached. Their behavior can change abruptly. They possess an unpredictable nature. They may experience feelings of loneliness even while surrounded by a crowd. Internally, they can feel emotionally disconnected. They may remain rigid in their way of thinking. They may be less inclined to heed the advice of others. The individual is future-oriented. In their career, they find success in fields such as technology, research, astrology, and science. They seek freedom within their relationships. They do not appreciate excessive restrictions. Logic tends to prevail over emotions in their decision-making. Rather than being intuitive, they possess an analytical mindset. The native may pursue a career in IT, engineering, data science, social reform, NGOs, research, astrology, psychology, innovation, or startups. The moon in Aquarius endows the individual with intelligence, independent thinking, and a drive to work for the betterment of society. However, maintaining emotional balance is crucial, otherwise, issues related to emotional distance and loneliness may arise. When the moon is in the sign of Pisces, an individual's mind becomes highly sensitive, imaginative, and spiritual. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, the significator of wisdom, spirituality, and expansion, and thus, the moon finds a very congenial environment here. They can easily sense and empathize with the pain and suffering of others. They possess a deeply compassionate and helpful nature. Individuals with this placement can achieve great success in creative fields. They often demonstrate talent in writing, music, art, and film. They have a keen interest in meditation, yoga, and devotional practices. They seek inner peace and strive towards spiritual liberation, moksha. They are able to understand people's emotions without a single word being spoken. Their intuition, gut feeling, is remarkably accurate. They are prone to getting hurt by trivial matters. They may experience periods of emotional imbalance. They tend to have a habit of escaping from reality. They often indulge in daydreaming or living in a world of fantasy. They may lack a strong sense of practicality. They are susceptible to being influenced by others. They are deeply sincere and devoted in their relationships. Individuals with this placement often make sacrifices for the sake of others. At times, they may neglect their own needs and well-being. They may have a connection to foreign travel or places associated with water. These individuals can find fulfilling careers in the arts, music, acting, writing, counseling, psychology, spirituality, astrology, healing, NGOs, or social service. In Vedic astrology, the moon in Pisces is considered highly auspicious, favorable, as it fosters compassion, imagination, and spiritual evolution within the individual. However, maintaining balance is crucial, as an imbalance could lead to a disconnection from reality. The moon in Pisces renders an individual emotional, compassionate, and spiritual. When this placement is balanced, it is regarded as a profoundly powerful and divine influence. What will be the influence of the moon when positioned in each of the 12 houses of the horoscope? In astrology, the first house, ascendant, signifies an individual's physical body, personality, mindset, behavior, and the overall direction of their life. When the moon is positioned here, its energy directly impacts the individual's mind and personality. The native's face is beautiful, gentle, and attractive. They connect with people quickly. Such individuals possess the ability to understand the emotions of others. These individuals have a caring and nurturing nature. They hold a positive influence within society. They may attain fame and recognition among the public. They possess a strong gut feeling, intuition. They grasp situations and circumstances very quickly. They may face issues such as mood swings, overthinking, and anxiety. They are easily hurt or wounded emotionally. They may experience instability or indecisiveness when making decisions. In Vedic astrology, the moon is considered to have only one aspect, the seventh aspect. This means that the moon, when situated in the first house, directly casts its gaze upon the seventh house. The seventh house represents marriage, one's life partner, business partnerships, and public relations. Consequently, the life partner tends to be caring and emotionally sensitive. Their relationships are characterized by mutual understanding and deep emotional bonding. There is harmony within their partnerships. Their spouse may be physically beautiful or attractive. Their relationships may be subject to mood swings. There may be a tendency toward emotional dependency within the relationship. Misunderstandings may arise between the native and their partner. Excessive expectations can lead to problems in the relationship. The presence of the moon in the first house makes an individual attractive, emotional, and popular. Its seventh aspect falling upon the seventh house brings depth and emotional connection to relationships. However, it is essential to maintain a balance in one's emotions. In astrology, the second house signifies wealth, savings, speech, family, and dietary habits. The individual is an excellent communicator. They are able to influence people through their speech. The native receives favorable opportunities to earn wealth. In particular, their liquid income cash flow tends to be strong. The native shares a deep emotional bond with their family. The native receives support from their family. The native has a fondness for delicious food. They possess a desire for luxury and comfort. Their income is subject to fluctuations. They speak according to their mood, at times using harsh language, and at other times, sweet and gentle words. Misunderstandings may arise within their family. They may be prone to excessive emotional spending. The moon's primary aspect is the seventh. From the second house, the moon casts its gaze upon the eighth house. The eighth house signifies longevity, mysteries, sudden events, and sudden gains or losses. The native develops an interest in the occult, astrology, and mysterious subjects. They possess strong research capabilities and a capacity for deep thinking. There may be indications of receiving an inheritance or experiencing sudden financial gains. The native may encounter emotional ups and downs, sudden problems, mental stress, or health issues, particularly those related to water. When situated in the second house, the moon bestows upon the individual a sweet voice, financial potential, and a strong connection to family. Its seventh aspect, falling upon the eighth house, influences the acquisition of mysterious knowledge and the occurrence of sudden events. A balanced moon brings happiness and wealth into one's life. An unbalanced moon, however, may lead to emotional and financial instability. In astrology, the third house signifies courage, valor, prowess, communication, writing, younger siblings, skills, hobbies, and personal effort. When the moon occupies this house, all these aspects become deeply intertwined with the mind and emotions. The native possesses a natural talent for both speaking and writing. They achieve success in fields such as storytelling, writing, and media. Such individuals possess the courage to initiate new ventures. They have the capacity to take calculated risks. The native possesses a vivid and strong imagination. They have a keen interest in arts, music, and writing. The native shares a strong emotional bond with their siblings, particularly with their younger brother or sister. The moods of such individuals tend to fluctuate frequently. These individuals may appear highly confident at times, while at other times, they may feel fearful or apprehensive. The native tends to make quick decisions without adequate deliberation, often leading to regret later on. In Vedic astrology, the moon is considered to cast only one aspect, its seventh aspect. From the third house, the moon's gaze falls upon the ninth house, which is known as the house of fortune. The ninth house signifies luck, dharma, righteousness, religion, mentors, gurus, the father, higher education, and long-distance journeys. This influence leads to an enhancement of fortune, a growing interest in religion and spirituality, support from mentors or gurus, and benefits derived from travel. Such individuals' belief systems and philosophies tend to undergo frequent changes. They may experience emotional misunderstandings with their mentors or father, and may face confusion when making decisions. The presence of the moon in the third house renders an individual communicative, creative, and courageous. However, it is essential for them to manage their mental instability and impulsive nature. Its seventh aspect falling upon the ninth house fosters growth in matters of fortune, religion, and education, albeit accompanied by certain fluctuations or ups and downs. In astrology, the fourth house signifies happiness, the mother, home, property, vehicles, mental peace, contentment, and emotional stability. When the moon occupies this house, it is considered a very strong placement, as the moon itself is the significator of happiness and the mind. The native's mind remains calm and balanced. The atmosphere within such an individual's home is pleasant. They share a good relationship with their mother. They receive support and affection from their mother. There are indications that they will acquire a good home, land, and vehicles. They may experience gains in real estate. The native possesses the ability to understand the emotions of others. They have a nurturing and caring nature. In Vedic astrology, the moon casts only one aspect, its seventh aspect. From the fourth house, the moon's aspect falls upon the 10th house. The 10th house signifies career, employment, reputation, and one's actions, karma. The native gains popularity and public support in their career. They achieve success in work that involves connecting with people. They experience professional growth, even amidst job changes. They find success in professions involving public dealing, such as HR, politics, and media. The placement of the moon in the fourth house is considered a highly auspicious position. It bestows upon the individual mental peace, domestic happiness, and emotional intelligence. Its seventh aspect falling upon the 10th house grants popularity and public connections in one's career. However, controlling one's emotions is essential for maintaining stability. In astrology, the fifth house signifies intellect, education, romantic relationships, children, creativity, and talent. When the moon occupies this house, it imbues these areas with emotional depth and sensitivity. The native possesses a very strong imagination. Such individuals often demonstrate talent in writing, art, acting, and music. They tend to have a romantic nature. They are caring and emotionally attuned toward their partners. These individuals harbor a deep affection for children and possess a nurturing nature. Their children are likely to be talented. They possess a quick capacity for learning. Their inner guidance, gut feeling, is strong. The individual is a creative and emotional thinker. They may find success in the fields of entertainment, education, or creative arts. Ups and downs are possible in their love life. The native may have an interest in speculative gains such as the stock market or lotteries. In Vedic astrology, the moon casts only one aspect, its seventh aspect. From the fifth house, the moon's aspect falls upon the 11th house. The 11th house represents income, gains, and one's network of friends. Consequently, the native may encounter favorable opportunities for earning income. The native is likely to have good friends and a strong social circle. Their desires and wishes may be fulfilled. They will likely seek to earn money by utilizing their creative talents. Their income may experience fluctuations, at times high, and at other times low. They may develop strong emotional attachments to their friends. However, the native may also face disappointment due to having excessive expectations. The presence of the moon in the fifth house renders an individual creative, intelligent, and romantic. Its seventh aspect, falling upon the 11th house, influences their income and social circle. If a proper balance is maintained, this planetary placement is highly auspicious. However, emotional self-control is essential. In astrology, the sixth house signifies enemies, debts, diseases, competition, employment, daily struggles, and challenges. When the moon occupies this house, the mind becomes deeply intertwined with these matters. The individual possesses the ability to maintain their composure even amidst difficult circumstances. The native possesses the capacity to triumph over their adversaries. A strong desire to assist others arises within the individual. The native can achieve success in fields such as healthcare, social service, and counseling. Natives perform well in their jobs or routine work. These individuals are hardworking and responsible. They know how to handle issues in a practical manner. However, they may have to face problems such as worry, overthinking, anxiety, stress over trivial matters, digestive issues, and stomach-related ailments. Lack of sleep, hidden enemies, and workplace conflicts, as well as fluctuations in financial management. In Vedic astrology, the moon possesses a seventh aspect, drishti. This means that from the 6th house, the moon casts its gaze upon the 12th house. The 12th house represents expenditure, losses, foreign lands, liberation, moksha, solitude, and sleep. Consequently, the native may experience a connection with, or derive benefits from, foreign lands. They may develop a spiritual inclination. The native's imagination and intuition are enhanced. Their expenses may increase. The native may experience sleep-related issues. Their mental instability may heighten. They may have to contend with feelings of loneliness or isolation. The presence of the moon in the 6th house renders the individual resilient, hardworking, and service-oriented. Its 7th aspect falling upon the 12th house influences expenditure, mental state, and spirituality. If a proper balance is maintained, this planetary placement can lead to success in life. However, it is absolutely essential to prioritize one's mental peace and physical health. In astrology, the 7th house signifies marriage, one's spouse, partnerships, public image, and relationships. When the moon occupies this house, the individual's mind and emotions become directly intertwined with their relationships. The native is inherently emotionally relationship-oriented. Such individuals feel a profound need for a life partner. They possess the ability to easily attract others. They tend to excel in public dealings and interactions. Their spouse is likely to be caring, emotional, and supportive. The native is highly susceptible to the moods of their partner, which affect them quite readily. The native often finds success in partnership-based businesses. Such individuals are well suited for careers in public relations, marketing, and counseling. Their relationships are often marked by a recurring cycle of ups and downs. Misunderstandings with their partner tend to occur frequently. They often exhibit a high degree of dependency on their partner. They find it difficult to live in solitude. They may frequently change their romantic partners. They may also struggle with commitment issues. In Vedic astrology, the moon is considered to cast only one aspect, the 7th aspect. From the 7th house, the moon casts its aspect upon the 1st house, the ascendant Lagna. The 1st house represents one's personality, physical body, and self-image. The native is likely to possess an attractive personality, a gentle nature, friendly demeanor, strong connections with others, and public popularity. When situated in the 7th house, the moon endows the individual with depth in relationships, emotional intimacy, and a captivating personality. Its aspect upon the ascendant renders the individual popular and charming. However, maintaining emotional balance remains a crucial necessity. In astrology, the 8th house signifies longevity, sudden events, mysteries, esoteric knowledge, and transformation. The individual is a very deep thinker. The native possesses an interest in research, investigation, astrology, and the occult. They possess the capacity to comprehend hidden matters. They often experience premonitions or a strong, gut feeling regarding the future. Life brings numerous changes, yet the individual emerges stronger after every challenge. They may derive benefits from inheritance, insurance, or hidden sources. They may have to contend with issues such as mood swings, anxiety, emotional ups and downs, sudden stress, losses, or emotional shocks. They may also face unpredictability in life, fluctuations in their mother's health or relationships, inexplicable fears, and excessive overthinking. In Vedic astrology, the moon is considered to possess only a seventh aspect drishti. This means that from the house where the moon is positioned, it casts its gaze upon the seventh house relative to that position. From the eighth house, the moon's aspect will fall upon the second house, the house of wealth and family. The second house represents wealth, speech, and family. The native's manner of speaking may be characterized by softness and charm. They may share a deep emotional bond with their family. They may discover new, and at times, hidden, avenues for earning wealth. The placement of the moon in the eighth house renders the individual a deep thinker, intuitive, and enigmatic. However, this placement also brings about mental fluctuations and sudden changes. Since its seventh aspect falls upon the second house, thereby exerting an emotional influence on matters of wealth and family, maintaining balance is of paramount importance. In astrology, the ninth house signifies luck, righteousness, dharma, spiritual mentors, blessings, virtuous deeds, long-distance journeys, pilgrimages, higher education, and philosophy. When the moon is positioned in the ninth house, an individual's mind naturally gravitates toward religion, knowledge, and destiny. Such natives are generally fortunate. They encounter opportunities at precisely the right moments in life. The native holds deep faith in worship, religious principles, and spiritual teachers. There is a strong likelihood of the native undertaking pilgrimages. They receive the blessings of their mother. They are graced with the guidance of a good spiritual teacher or mentor. They are associated with long-distance travel and connections abroad. They possess an affinity for and connection with diverse cultures. They demonstrate a keen interest in philosophy, literature, and spirituality. In astrology, the moon casts its seventh aspect. From the ninth house, the moon's gaze falls upon the third house. The third house represents courage, personal effort, and siblings. Consequently, such natives possess excellent communication skills. They demonstrate natural talent in both writing and public speaking. They share harmonious relationships with their siblings. They are endowed with strong creative thinking abilities and a vivid imagination. The presence of the moon in the ninth house renders an individual fortunate, spiritually inclined, and deeply drawn toward the pursuit of knowledge. Its seventh aspect, falling upon the third house, serves to enhance communication skills and creativity. However, maintaining emotional equilibrium remains essential. In astrology, the 10th house signifies career, employment, business, social prestige, actions, karma, and achievements. When the moon occupies this house, it directly influences your professional actions and public image. Such individuals tend to gain recognition within society quite rapidly and often achieve success in professions involving public interaction. Since the nature of the moon is inherently fluctuating, one may experience frequent changes in their job or profession. Consequently, maintaining a stable career requires extra effort. The native is likely to find success in fields such as public relations, media, human resources, HR, and politics. The native possesses an innate ability to understand and empathize with the emotions of others. The mother exerts a significant influence on the native's career path. It is often through the mother that the native finds direction and experiences growth in life. The individual may experience periods of instability within their career. Their professional decisions are often contingent upon their current mood. The native's public image is susceptible to rapid deterioration. Emotional stress tends to have a direct impact on their work performance. In Vedic astrology, the moon's primary aspect, gaze, is the 7th aspect. From the 10th house, the moon casts its gaze upon the 4th house. The 4th house represents the home, the mother, comfort, material assets, and mental peace. The native shares a deep emotional bond with their home and family. The native is blessed with a good home, a vehicle, and various comforts and amenities. The native attains a comfortable home, the blessings of their mother, material assets, and mental tranquility. When situated in the 10th house, the moon renders the individual popular, well-connected with the public, and highly industrious. Its 7th aspect, falling upon the 4th house, establishes a profound connection between one's home life and one's career. If the moon is well balanced and strong, it bestows fame and success. Conversely, if it is weak or afflicted, it may lead to career instability and emotional distress. In astrology, the 11th house signifies gains, the fulfillment of desires, friends, social networks, and elder siblings. When the moon occupies this house, it renders these areas emotionally charged and subject to fluctuation. The native receives income from various sources. They benefit significantly from networking. Such individuals achieve success in public dealings. They possess a large circle of friends. They enjoy popularity among the masses. Their life goals are realized gradually over time. They possess a strong potential for the fulfillment of their wishes. They derive benefits from creative fields, media, and public relations. Their income remains unstable. It fluctuates, being high at times and low at others. They tend to place their trust in others quite readily. Their desires are numerous and intense. They often experience a lack of contentment. In Vedic astrology, the moon is considered to cast only one aspect, its 7th aspect. From the 11th house, the moon casts its aspect upon the 5th house. The 5th house represents children, intellect, education, creativity, and romantic relationships. Consequently, these individuals possess a creative mind and a vivid imagination. They demonstrate a keen interest in academics, particularly in the arts. They share a harmonious relationship with their children. They seek and experience deep emotional connections within their romantic relationships. The presence of the moon in the 11th house renders the individual popular, sociable, and conducive to financial gains. However, it may also introduce fluctuations in both income and emotional states. Its 7th aspect, falling upon the 5th house, influences matters related to creativity, love life, and children. In astrology, the 12th house signifies expenses, losses, foreign lands, travel, solitude, sleep, dreams, salvation, moksha, and spirituality. When the moon occupies this house, the individual's mind becomes more active within their inner world. The person develops an interest in meditation, yoga, and devotional practices. The native seeks salvation and inner peace. Opportunities arise for the native to travel abroad, settle in a foreign country, or work overseas. The native may derive benefits from foreign connections. Their dreams tend to be very vivid. Their intuitive powers are strong. They are able to think more clearly and engage in creative work when in solitude. This is considered an excellent placement for writers, artists, and healers. In Vedic astrology, the moon is considered to cast only one aspect, its seventh aspect. From the 12th house, the moon's gaze falls upon the 6th house, signifying enemies, disease, and debt. The native may achieve success in the service sector. The individual possesses the capacity to understand and empathize with the problems faced by others. The native shows potential for careers in healing or counseling. The presence of the moon in the 12th house makes the individual deeply introspective, spiritual, and sensitive. Its 7th aspect upon the 6th house grants the mental resilience to confront and overcome challenges. However, it is essential for the individual to effectively manage stress and tendencies toward overthinking.